All right, let's talk about how DTF or direct-to-film printing has basically stormed into the custom apparel market. I mean, it's everywhere, right?
Yeah, it's definitely become popular fast, but, you know, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There are some serious trade-offs compared to traditional methods like screen printing or direct-to-garment or DTG.
Exactly. With DTF, yeah, you get vibrant, detailed designs and flexibility. Those are like the big selling points, right? But the minute you start talking durability,
That's where things get tricky. DTF prints can look great out of the gate, but if proper care hasn't been taken or cheap materials get used then, once they've been washed or even just worn a bit, issues like peeling or cracking can show up. Customers lose trust when that happens.
yeah, and it's not rare. I've seen some mainstream brands use DTF, and in cases where someone spent good money on customized gear, only to end up with a print that looks like it's been through a shredder after a few washes. It's
Um, like they didn't even bother stress testing the adhesive layers or inks exactly. And that 100% comes down to quality control.
totally. Plus, let's not forget about the ink itself. With some of these DTF setups, you've got manufacturers cutting corners, random no name inks getting pushed into the market. You've no idea what's in them or if they'll last, and yet,
And yet people still go for it because it's cheaper up front. It's like they don't realize the long-term cost when, you know, customers start bad-mouthing your business over poor quality.
exactly. A cheap print may save you today, but it could cost you big time tomorrow. The thing is, traditional methods like screen printing might take more setup or cost more up front, but the prints actually last. That's the whole point, right?
Right. With screen printing, you're using high-quality inks bonded into the fabric. It's like craftsmanship really matters there. DTF, on the other hand, is often used as this quick fix solution, and it shows. You get what you pay for.
And like you said, it all circles back to quality control or the lack of it. No regulations, no consistency. It's kind of turning into the Wild West out there.
It really is, and when you combine that with unknown ink sources, questionable adhesives, I mean, it's just inviting reliability issues. And
Right. Reliability or the lack of it is what's undermining the whole professional grade vibe for DTF prints. And honestly, that's a huge issue.
yet, despite all these challenges we just talked about, DTF keeps making waves because it's so accessible and can have a cheap entry price.
I mean, you don't need a fancy setup, just a heat press and some transfers, and boom, you're in the game.
Right. So, but that accessibility, that's also its Achilles heel. It's flooding the market with new players, and honestly, not everyone knows what they're doing. The result, prices start dropping, and then we all feel the pinch.
Exactly. It's like a gold rush, but instead of gold, you've got a race to the bottom for pricing. And for small businesses that squeeze in profit margins, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's not just pricing either. When the market's flooded with cheap, low quality, inexperienced work, customer expectations shift. They start assuming every custom print should cost next to nothing.
Totally. And then when someone tries to charge for quality, it's like, whoa, why so expensive? Like as if the time and skill don't matter. Honestly, I agree with what you said earlier. It's killing the value of craftsmanship.
And speaking of value, let's talk sustainability for a second. DTF uses adhesives and powders that release VOCs when heated. Those volatile organic compounds, not exactly eco-friendly.
Yeah, and the way some folks don't even think about, yeah, the environmental footprint, it's nuts. I mean, I get it. Profitability matters, but there's got to be some balance, right?
Absolutely. Simple fixes help though. Proper ventilation, using quality powders, maintaining your equipment. It's not rocket science, but it gets ignored way too often.
Right, and yet you've still got printers out there just running shortcuts, and let's be real, cutting corners comes back to bite you. DTF's already got enough reliability issues without adding that to the mix.
Exactly. A lot of early DTF adopters struggled with materials clogging printers, inconsistent adhesive application, stuff that seriously slows production down. And even now, some setups are just finicky.
Like, let's not even get started on those color fidelity headaches. CMYK is great until you need a rich purple or, God forbid, metallics. It's like, forget it.
Oh, for sure. And customers have no idea how limited the color spectrum actually is with DTF. They just want that perfect shade, and when it doesn't match, guess who gets the blame?
Yep, the vendor, every time. But you know what really stings? The way DTF's fast turnaround makes people expect everything yesterday, like no time for quality checks or ensuring durability. It's maddening.
And that lack of durability, that's where DTF undermines itself. Sure, it's quicker, cheaper, but if the print starts cracking a few washes in...
Exactly. Fast, cheap, and...
not great in the long run.
But here's the thing. DTF speed and accessibility are both its strengths and its curse. Like we said, it's easy to get started, but when the quality takes a hit, that becomes everyone's problem.
Yeah, but shortcuts come at a cost, right? This kind of accessibility means anyone with a few bucks can jump in, experienced or not, and suddenly the market's flooded with, well, mediocrity.
Mediocrity is putting it nicely. It's like every other week there's some pop-up shop running dirt cheap prints, knocking quality down with every press, and when prices tank...
It's a race to the bottom. Established businesses are left scrambling to compete, and not just on pricing. It hits profits, branding, everything.
Exactly. And let's not forget equipment. You know those cheap machines imported from overseas, right? Great for starting out until they break down after 100 prints.
Yeah, and when they break, good luck finding parts or even reliable software. I've heard stories about malware piggybacking on some of those machines. I mean, who thinks to check for that?
Right? And consumables, don't even get me started on ink. You're telling me half these no-name brands aren't just rebranded imports from who knows where with zero transparency?
Pretty much. White label ink manufacturers are all over the place now, and without testing or consistent standards, it's gamble territory. Will it hold up? Will it peel? Nobody knows until it's too late.
And you know who gets the blowback when it doesn't? The printer every single time. Like, it's not the ink's fault, it's your machine or your skills.
Meanwhile, traditional methods like screen printing, they can't keep up for small or medium orders now. DTF's faster, no setup costs. It's once again crushing craftsmanship.
Which is crazy. Screen printing's the gold standard for durability and quality, true artistry, but now customers don't even understand why it's worth more. They're blinded by these slapdash one-off prints. It's frustrating.
Exactly. And as more low-quality DTF shops pop up, they set the baseline lower and lower. Businesses like ours that spend the time on quality, we look expensive, but really we're just pricing sustainable work.
And that's the problem. It's all about the quick buck now, but long term it's not sustainable.
Not at all.
You know, Mark, with everything we just talked about, it's clear running a DTF setup isn't as straightforward as people think. You've got to deal with everything from the fumes to the buildup of gunk. What's your go-to checklist for keeping things clean and safe?
Yeah, the fumes are no joke. Proper ventilation is the first thing. I mean, you've got adhesives and powders heating up, releasing VOCs, volatile organic compounds. For anyone keeping score at home, if your workspace isn't ventilated, you're basically asking for headaches, literally and figuratively.
Oh, totally. And, some people just slap a fan in the corner and call it a day, like that's going to fix it.
Yeah, no, most people are running these in their house or basement in small confined areas. You need specialized exhaust systems, or at least air purifiers that actually capture the particles. I've seen setups where people didn't bother with any of that, and you can just feel it in the air. Thick, gross, and unhealthy.
Yuck. And then there's the machines. These things need serious TLC. You got to clean them out, daily, weekly?
Daily, ideally, especially the print heads, humidity in the powder and rollers. Even a small buildup of adhesive powder can clog things up, and once that happens, your prints are toast until you get it clean. And don't even get me started on skipping maintenance checks. It's a downhill slide.
Yeah, because if you're cranking out jobs and suddenly your printer's down, well, there goes your production schedule and your sanity.
Exactly. Consistency's key, and that includes checking adhesive applications too. If the adhesive isn't evenly spread, boom, you're looking at prints that peel faster than cheap wallpaper.
And the learning curve on some of these machines, it's insane. Like, companies make it sound like anyone can walk in and start printing, but the reality is way more complicated than they let on.
Oh, for sure. And if you don't know your setup inside and out, it's not just the machine that'll trip you up, it's also the materials. Using the wrong powder or ink, that's a direct line to bad customer reviews.
And then you've got health risks on top of it, some of these powders and inks. Like, did anyone stop to wonder what's actually in them?
Right. That's why protective gear is non-negotiable. Gloves, masks, and goggles might feel over the top, but when you're dealing with powders that can irritate your skin or worse, you've got to take it seriously.
It's a lot. So really, it's about setting yourself up with good habits from the start: ventilation, maintenance, quality materials, protective gear. Skip any of that, and yeah, it's not worth the fallout.
Totally agree. A well-run DTF operation isn't just about prints. It's about staying professional, keeping it safe, and, well, not cutting corners.
All right, after diving into all those challenges, ventilation, maintenance, protective gear, it's clear running a DTF setup is no small feat, but let's not forget it does have its perks too, right?
Yeah, for sure. DTF does have its place if you're doing short runs or you need vibrant, complex designs. It gets the job done in a way that screen printing or embroidery just can't match in terms of speed. That versatility is a big deal.
Exactly. It's like when you need quick, detailed prints, DTF can save the day. The key is doing it right. Good materials, reliable machines, and, proper setup. Otherwise, it's just a recipe for frustration.
Right, but when it's done well, DTF can be a game changer for small shops and startups. It's just about knowing its limits and playing to its strengths. No cutting corners, no shortcuts.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed, or maybe you're hearing all of this and thinking, I need help with my printing game, here's a tip. Check out contract-dtg.com. They've got DTF services dialed in, plus a whole range of printing options if you need something more durable.
Yep, quality you can count on, backed by real experience. Honestly, it's worth taking a look if you're serious about getting it done right.
And with that, we're wrapping it up here. Thanks for talking shirt with us. And don't forget, next week we're flipping the script and talking about the upsides of DTF printing. So, yeah, until next time.
Catch you later.